It's 7 a.m. The smell of sugary cereal's in the air. What would it be today? Cocoa Puffs? Cinnamon mini buns? Cookie Crisp? Either way, there you are, parked in front of a boxy TV, flannel pajama-clad and cross-legged on the living room floor. It was the sacred ritual of Saturday mornings in the 80s and 90s. And at the center of this shrine, and not just any cartoons, the kind that made lazy weekends feel like an event. A lineup so good you'd trade sleep for it, no doubt. These shows were more than entertainment. They were our friends, our teachers, our babysitters when mom needed 5 extra minutes. The Smurfs, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Scooby-Doo, Rainbow Bright. Icons, and those jingles burned into your brain forever. We'll be right back after these messages. Wasn't just a line, it was law. Here's why it hit so hard. You couldn't just stream this stuff up. No DVR, no Disney Plus, no on-demand. You missed the live airing of He-Man? Too bad. You'd be on the school playground Monday begging for spoilers. The FOMO was real. Your friends became human wiki pages, swapping recaps like ancient scrolls. And if you caught the episode, you'd flex your knowledge like it was your report card. And those cliffhangers, they were pure adrenaline. You had to wait an entire week to find out if Shredder's plan worked. Torture, but the best kind. The 80s hit a sweet spot. Deregulation kicked open the advertising floodgates. Suddenly, cartoons were 22-minute toy commercials, and we loved it. Transformers, G.I. Joe, My Little Pony, Smooshies, Mr. Potato Head. The more episodes you watched, the more toys you begged for. Consumerism wrapped in bright colors and cheesy one-liners. Brilliant. Every holiday wish list was a direct reflection of Saturday's lineup. Got a favorite character? Bet there was a lunchbox, action figure, or bedspread to match. By the 90s, the game leveled up. Batman the Animated Series, X-Men, and most importantly, Animaniacs. These weren't just cartoons, people. They had depth. Jokes that hit both kids and adults. Animation that felt cinematic. What are we gonna do now, brain? The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try and take over the world. But then, the cracks started showing. The Children's Television Act of 1990 rolled in, demanding shows have educational value. Sounds good on paper, but it took the focus away from carefree fun. Networks got nervous, advertisers pulled back, and just like that, the vibe started changing. Enter cable TV, and later, streaming. Channels like Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon served cartoons 24/7. The Saturday morning magic, poof. Who needed to wait for Doug or Rugrats when you could binge anytime? And don't forget about video games and the rise of the internet. Suddenly, there were too many distractions pulling kids away from the TV. By the 2000s, Saturday morning blocks were toast. Networks pivoted to reality shows or news. And now, say Saturday morning cartoons to a kid, and you'll get a blank stare. Like you just said, be kind, rewind. But we're not just mourning old shows. We're mourning a vibe, man. A time when everyone tuned into the same stuff in the same way at the same time. No algorithms, no autoplay. You had to show up, set a date, and gather around with your friends so you could watch it together. It's wild to think how those goofy characters actually taught us patience. For commercials, for cliffhangers, for life. Remember waking up early to catch your favorite show, only to sit through 5 minutes of static or some random farm report first? That's commitment. Sure, the cartoons are gone, but their legacy? Permanent. So, every time you hum the DuckTales theme or randomly shout, "Cowabunga," you're keeping the spirit alive. But don't forget the revival attempts. Streaming platforms now host old classics, letting us pass the nostalgia torch. So, maybe the ritual's gone, but the joy isn't. Share those classics. Introduce your kids, nieces, nephews to the magic of Saturday mornings. Let them feel the thrill of choosing their favorite Ninja Turtle or guessing which ghost the gang will unmask next. Because while Saturday mornings may never be sacred again, the memories, those are forever. Totally.